Every experience can be useful if you choose it to be. Even the ones that were uncomfortable or painful or absolutely just not something you'd ever want to go through again, you can take something from. These are just beliefs we can hold. These are just things we choose to accept as the truth of our world, of our experience with life. If you choose to view your trauma as things that have happened in your past, as things that are happening now, as not serving you, they won't serve you. You have this choice to label every experience, and I really do encourage everybody to choose a positive label. Going through my life, people like to imagine the words that I say mean I haven't gone through enough challenge to really accept the true way the world is. That I must have not suffered bad enough because I'm able to say the things I'm able to say, and it's truly the opposite. I think we all go through an intense level of pain and problems that are individual to ourselves. Whether somebody's the prince of some country over in Europe and gets to live in this castle, there's pain and problems that they go through, similar to you if you live in the middle of a random city in the middle of nowhere and just have no purpose in your life. We all go through our own experience. Myself as well. Again, people like to say, if you can preach that the world is this beautiful place, that you haven't seen the dark side. But what if I've just seen the dark side and I'm able to understand that living there doesn't make my life any better? That choosing that side of the world isn't what's going to impact me positively. Because I've been there. Through the pain, through the suffering, through some absolute moments of hell to where I could have accepted it as trauma and let it define me. But again, not only how you label that experience, but how you label yourself is going to play a big role. If you're willing to push through discomfort and learn from it and choose life to be a gift, it will be. But however you label life, however you label your experiences is exactly how you're going to live up to it. If I had taken that trauma of my childhood, of the things I experienced, of the faults that I went through, and let them define who I was, I could have lived up to them pretty damn well. I could have been a victim. I could have not had anything that I have. I could have not created these videos that's helping whoever's listening to them, and just chosen my life to be a story of pain. But you can rewrite those stories. You have the choice to choose how you want to describe the chapters in your life. But again, that's on you to choose how you're going to label the experience and what you're going to write. See, I've had those chapters of pain, those chapters of suffering, those chapters in hell, but I chose to write better chapters moving forward because I understood the power of taking responsibility, of taking control of your life. And we all have that choice. But so many people see that pain, see that discomfort that they've gone through or that they're in right now, the current chapter, the past chapters, the grief, shame, and regret of everything that's happened, and they let that define the next chapters of their life, everything that's going to happen moving forward. But again, you have control over that. Every time you tell yourself you don't have control, that for some reason there's an experience or some trauma that you've gone through that has to define you moving forward and that you have to live with it, that you have to have this negative experience, you are choosing that. See, there's a paradox, and every time we do a disempowering belief, on the flip side, you are empowering it. If you choose you have no control over life, you're controlling that belief. If you choose that life works against you, you're choosing that life is going to do that for you. And so every time we have these negative beliefs, we're creating this almost paradoxical loop. And so you have this ability to choose the empowering beliefs if you want to take control and if you're willing to move through some of that discomfort. Because that discomfort can be a gift. That discomfort is what has helped you grow to the person you are today. And I honestly would hope you are accepting of that, grateful for that, and can be happy that in some way you had to learn these certain lessons that have made you who you are today. Even if you've had bad experiences, think back to when you were a teenager. Nothing was comfortable. Physically, emotionally, everything was new, everything was weird. You thought you knew what was right, and you look at it now and you understand that there's so much to learn and that you had to learn. And the future you's looking at you the same way, understanding there's so much you're going to learn, so much you're going to move through. And moving through that discomfort is what's going to allow you to become a better version of yourself. But you have to be accepting of that. And just be grateful that it's going to happen. Don't view this discomfort as some sort of pain, as something that's going to make your life a certain hell, because look at the discomfort you've already overcome. The person you've already worked towards being, and get excited for how much you have to continue making progress towards. People love to relish in that, relish in how much suffering they've been through, how much suffering they're going through. It's almost like a badge of honor they wear, being the worst, being the most suffering, knowing this somewhat true world that actually exists under everybody who has this delusional sense that everything is a place of wonder, joy, and happiness. I want you to understand. I wish I could even show you this, guys. I really do want you. Look at the world around us. I mean, just look where I'm parked right now. Look at the trees, look at the earth. I want to show you this, knowing now I'm going to have to hold this for the rest of this video, just so you guys can hopefully understand just a little bit about what I'm talking about. You have this choice to view it as beautiful. You see it through a camera lens, but I'm also here in person. And I have this choice to view this as a beautiful moment, to take time out of my day to be grateful for it, and just experience life as it is. Just love it for what it is, and just go through it with a sense of joy. But I also could sit here and complain about how the grass isn't cut right, about how my car's on gravel right now, about how these trees are not letting, enough sun on me, or too much shade, or whatever I want to imagine. But I want you to understand, you have this choice. This choice is really yours. What the life you want to live, everything you want to experience, you control it. And so be willing to go through a bit of the discomfort, because the discomfort is where that growth really lies. The discomfort is where you grow and where you become the next version of yourself. People just love to imagine that the discomfort is something that works against them, that it's not something that's actually going to help them grow, that it's something there to challenge them and make it harder to get where they want to go, but it's just a guiding gift for you to accept and just go through and be with. Life can be this way. Life can be this beautiful, faith-driven journey that is just here for you to explore, but it can also be something that you choose to resist, you choose to view as painful, and then live that experience. Because like I said when we started this, it's all your beliefs on what's going to be true. But your negative beliefs always have that paradox of every time you say something is some way, you're saying the opposite on the back end. We can always flip them in whatever way we want. So choose to believe the better beliefs. And the more you work on it, the more it become true. People also like to imagine going through discomfort is going to be, as soon as they embrace it, it'll be good the next day. No, it's uncomfortable for a reason. It takes time again and again. You were a teenager for years. You had to learn lessons. You were uncomfortable. There was stuff you had to go through. And then you expect that as an adult, it's different, that the universe works in a different way, that God is going to treat you differently. No, they're going to teach you the same lessons, and you have to be willing to go through them. But the longer you put them off, the longer you put off being consistent, the longer you put off those good habits, the longer you put off being uncomfortable, you're just putting off growth. You're putting off the inevitable. You have time, of course, yes, but how long do you want it to take? It's your choice. So many people have dreams, but they never make it into a goal. They never set a time for it, of when they want it to happen. They let their whole life be the determiner. But what if we set today to be the day we start working, the day we decide that within a year we're going to achieve this, and we start taking the action? You don't need to know the plan. You just need to be willing to go through the discomfort of the present moment so that you can get closer to those goals. And so what are you going to be willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice for to achieve more with your life? And when are you going to start? Well, how long are you going to put it off? You have that choice. And so I really do encourage you to sit down and decide, make decisions. The longer you're indecisive, the longer you're creating this discomfort, because indecision's creating discomfort. Not deciding is this fear-driven paradox that we're putting us through, this loop of pain and discomfort of not deciding. Deciding is going to get you closer to the comfort you might actually want. And so are you willing to push through the discomfort of starting and deciding so that you can eventually reach where you want to go and have a little bit more of that comfort? It's not that discomfort actually goes away, guys. I hope you understand this. The discomfort doesn't actually go away. Like the discomfort of my hand having to hold this tripod now because I was smart enough to pick it up. You just get better at dealing with it. You just find ways to be grateful for it. You find ways to accept it, and you just move with it. And so, just decide. Decide who's the person you want to become, what are the goals you're going to achieve, and decide to be willing to go through a little bit of discomfort to see that massive growth, and I guarantee it's going to serve you massively in the next few months. Thank you guys so much for watching this. This one was a little bit scattered compared to most, but I just want to speak truly to you guys what has helped me the most, and the lessons I've been learning, the more I've been improving my life and improving myself as a person. And so thank you. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe. If you want more structured lessons compared to this one, I have a free community down below to where I walk you through how to start working towards achieving your dreams, setting goals and achieving them with ease, and how to gain motivation, clarity, and confidence towards them. Thank you so much. If you did enjoy, again, please do make sure to subscribe. It does help. And I'll see you in the next one. God bless.